So, we are back again. Before I do anything, I do want to point just a couple things out. First of all, I'm going to be doing 2 quiet moments at the start of this because I realized if I don't do that, I don't think I'm actually going to get through all of them. So I'm going to start doing 2 of them at the start of everything, just because I think that makes a lot more sense. 2, there were a couple things that I kind of forgot to explain. Number 1 is that in a cutscene in the other part, Melia was talking about how they found a book in the tomb. That is a part of a quest that I just straight up didn't show, so there's not really context for that. But it was a part of a quest in the base game that then just wasn't shown. It's not really that relevant. I just felt like it was worth pointing out. I also didn't get to say what I was going to say at the end of the other part, which is that I'm kind of disappointed that Tyrea wasn't, like, playable fully. Probably because they didn't want to add, like, all new arts and whatnot, which is fair. Still sad. But we're going to be starting off with a quiet moment like usual. We're actually going to be starting off with 2, like I said, just because otherwise I don't think I'm going to be able to get through all of them, and because it's nice and easy to do. So we're going to do exactly that. Start off with family relations.
Miss Tyrea seem like difficult sort of person to deal with.
Difficult, huh? Maybe so, but she's still far more mellow than before.
Miss Melia and Miss Tyrea know each other from where?
Well, it's a little complicated to explain.
Complicated how?
I'm just not quite sure where to begin. For one, Tyrea and I had never met until 1 year ago.
Houses too far apart, or...?
I was not allowed to venture outside. Moreover, I never even knew of her existence. She, on the other hand, seemed to know about me. We never met because work had been busy.
But how Miss Melia never know her? If sisters, then of course she'd know.
That's true. How can I explain this? Tyrea and I have separate parents. Different fathers and different mothers, both.
Meme! In same boat as Nene and Kino, then!
Just like you and Kino, Tyrea and I are not related by blood. But we had a half-brother with whom we shared a parent each.
Half-brother?
No parents in common, but a brother we are both related to. Therefore, Tyrea and I are not exactly complete strangers.
Meh! Brain of Nene's starting to melt!
I'm sorry. I did say it's complicated.
Nene does not understand. If both have same brother, why cannot be one family together?
Our parents being different, I and Tyrea have led very different lives. We never even met, let alone behaved as a family. Neither knows how to relate to the other, and so we struggle on.
It sounds like Miss Melia and Miss Tyrea both feeling more like Kino.
How do you mean?
Kino also not taught to anyone at first. Very hidey shy.
I don't think I'd call myself or Tyrea shy, exactly.
If want to become good friends, but not know how to put in action, then it's exactly same. But as can see for self, now Nene and Kino super best of friends.
Do tell, how did you two achieve that? Would you teach me the way, please?
Answer is clear as day. Nene prescribed lots of play.
Play?
Also, sharing of yummy snacks and sleep together in same bed. If do that, become family in wink of eye.
I'm not sure I can do that with Tyrea. Seems like a lot.
Meh! Nene patience is exhaust. Miss Melia want to be sisters with Miss Tyrea or not?
Yes. I would really like that, I think.
So, now is best and only chance. No time for hemmings and hawings.
Best and only. Hmm? Perhaps you're right.
Okay, then now Miss Melia go and say, "Hey, Sister Bon, come play."
Right now? I need some time to compose myself.
Oh, if Miss Melia must, but have to promise to ask soon.
Yes, I will. One day very soon.
A very cute, quiet moment. I think Nene really does a lot for this small group of characters. Whereas, you know, Kino's a bit quiet, but I think Nene really, like, has some very nice moments with both Shulk and Melia, which is nice. In the middle of that quiet moment, I did remember two things. One is that, yes, the audio was all screwed up for the start of the first part. I know, and fixed it. Mid me recording it. It was a mistake. I forgot to turn off some stuff, but I managed to fix it. Two, just in case, I do have a save of before I started doing anything, just to prevent me from, just in case I need to go back for anything. I do have saves. It's fine. It's not really a big issue. But like I said, we are going to do two quiet moments, and I'm currently on my way to this one. I hope I can actually view this one. I haven't actually checked. I'm gonna be honest. I probably should have checked. I didn't. We're gonna check now and hope that I can do this one. I would assume I should be able to. Yes, we can. Power of imagination. Let's change the time to daytime, shall we? This seems like a better place for daytime. And let's view another quiet moment to begin this part.
None here either. Why no one has sweet wasabi, ma? Kino always rants so frequent about sweet wasabi. Now head of Nene feel like full of sweet wasabi. Mama! Kino desperate. Kino. Oh! Nene have good brainwave. Huh? Kino. Beloved sweet wasabi of Kino. Kino should imaginate it. Imaginate? Exact. Love of Kino for sweet wasabi be put to test by how well can imaginate inside noggin. If start imaginate, Kino just get double of hungry. It's not problemo. If imaginate hard, will be like having sweet wasabi right in front of eyes. From there, Nene have good plan of action. Trust in Sister Bone. Mama? Okay then, Kino will trust. All right, talk Nene through it. What is shape of sweet wasabi? Sweet wasabi is small, thin long, and also a bit lumpy. And what is color? Plancy, but to eyes of Kino, it also look twinkly sparkly. Mimi, that the stuff? And then, what smell it smell of? Just from remember, Kino drool little bit. Nene also drooling, if be honest. It almost like Kino tastes sweet wasabi, just like it here, even though not here. Okay, next. Time to eat imaginated sweet wasabi. But, if just eat, atmosphere not quite right. Kino play hero pod. And Nene be trusty psychic. who gathers sweet wasabi as tribute for Hirapon. Nene will give Kino sweet wasabi so Kino can eat and enjoy. Kino got it? Meme? Noble Kino, behold, is sweet wasabi that Nene picked. Please to eat and be hearty. Mama! This most delicious experience of eating life. Brave Kino, this unworthy psychic traveled all across Bionis. Even had to play tag with Rockport one time. Sisterpon, that's amazing! Nene overcome many a scuffle scratch to obtain this sweet wasabi. Pleased to save a mouthfeel. Kino will. Kino eat every last bit, including steps. How is flavor? Hereupon Kino. This. Meme? Kino needs a few more bites. This! Me? This just, no can have any flavor. Me. Kino, lack of imaginating his fault. Could say what Nene wants. No flavor is no flavor. Oh, brother pun. But, Kino catch whiff. Smell of tasty morsel. Must be delicious snacklings nearby, Kino, but... Meh, Kino thinks so too? Nene just thought hunger was catching. Sisterpon is good snuffle. All right, we go in search of tasty crumbles. Let's go. Meh.
Ay. They're so silly. Unfortunately, we're not actually going to be going in the look of food. Instead, we have to go on the look for these crystals. And we have a guy that we can talk to, this Grandil Militia. Hi, Ether Crystal. Hey, well, it's the first I've heard of it. But now that I think about it, I might actually have a rough idea about where to find one. I hope it's what you're looking for. Blast. You know what? I can't recall. It was a long time ago, so my memory's a little hazy. Sorry, your best bet might be asking a fellow squadsman of mine. He's on the ramparts and bound to know more. Well, we'll do exactly that. It's a bit of a walk over there. Actually, no, it's not. There's a landmark right here. I'm dumb. Blocked by the quest objective. I didn't see it. I gotta go through. I gotta go through the door. Excuse me, door. I didn't actually know that it was opening. I'm gonna be honest. That goes to show how little I remember, because I didn't even know that door opened. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know. I didn't know it was opening automatically because I didn't hear it. But up here on the ramparts, there is this Hyantia guy. Actually, is there anything in here? There's another treasure chest. Well. What do we get? An HP up 4. That's... Is that good? No, it's literally useless. Okay, anyway.
Can I help you?
Hi, Ether Crystal. I think I know what you're getting at here. I'm not entirely sure on the location, but I do know there's supposed to be a rare ether deposit near here. An old lady called Salger told me about it. You might be better off talking to her for more details. I got interested myself and even tried searching around Nerthus Necropolis. Couldn't find a thing. From what Sarja told me, there's a good chance it's inside of a cave, so that's why I thought it was a place to start. Alas, if it really is in a cave, and it's not there, then I'm stumped. Still, that doesn't mean much. There'll be other places to check. Can't say for certain, of course, but I do think that we're talking about the same thing here. I expect you'll find Sarja at Hero's Rest, down at the south end of Grandel. She's a kind old bird, always worrying about our welfare and that. Anyhow, better get back to my shift. Hope I was able to help a little. So we're on a whole quest here to talk to various different people. But hey, at least we have a named person. We have Sarja. Hero's Rest is not actually a place that anyone has seen yet. Outside of Grandel, there's this big old, I guess it's a lake, yeah, or a tarn. I don't know what a tarn is, but I'm assuming it's a body of water. It's a lake anyway, but Hero's Rest is this big old collection of graves out here. And here is Sarja. Yes, the guards at the ramparts told you, didn't he? He and my late friend were on good terms. Naturally, I had to regale the man with tales of my friend's escapades. I believe the one that may be of particular interest to you is the time my friend, a Hantia man, discovered a crystal. He was a real go-getter, that man, always traipsing around, exploring from the day he set foot on the shoulder. He would tell me all sorts of stories from his adventures to entertain little old me. I remember it like yesterday. The sky was a brilliant blue, birds were singing. I'd come to pay my respects at the graveyard like any other day. And then along he came with the biggest smile on his face and took out an object wrapped in cloth. Said he'd found a strange crystal alongside an aether deposit. And what a light it gave off! The cloth it was wrapped in wasn't enough to stop it shining through. Ah, it was a sight to behold. The core was translucent, yet it gave off a pale glow, warm yet somehow ice cold. It was like being bathed in turquoise sunlight. I'd never seen anything more beautiful, and I don't think I ever will. Sadly, it dwindled to nothing in a matter of minutes. If there'd been anything left of it, I would have kept it as a memento, I'm sure. I remember him telling me how incredibly large the deposit was, drooping down from the ceiling below. From his description, I imagine it might have looked something like a stalactite, which is why I'm convinced that it must have been in some sort of cavern. And despite the deposit's size, the crystal he'd retrieved fit comfortably in the palm. It must have been formed over a long period of time. Ideally, he could have told you exactly where it was located, but I'm afraid that's not possible, because he's sleeping quite peacefully now. He cannot really be disturbed. I'm sorry I wasn't able to show you the exact location, my dears. Still, I hope that my little anecdote was of some use to you. I pray that you too will be able to find what you seek. Thank you, Sarja. This is going to be a great help to us. We better report back to Redstone. So, unfortunately, that whole thing basically led to nothing. We didn't really learn much. I mean, besides the fact that the Aether Crystal deposit is a stalactite-looking thing, and it's in a cave. But that's it. Anyway, I read them. So that's how things are. It seems we owe Miss Sarja and her friend a debt of gratitude for the valuable information they provided us. It's just my conjecture, but the crystal may have been highly responsive to heat and sublimated when exposed to sunlight. It's fascinating, isn't it? I have to say, its prosperities are quite unusual. And I agree with Sarja. I think that it would be found in a cave, like she said. So the soldier said he'd already searched the Nerthus Acropolis, huh? Alright, let's think of other options then. If you follow Fime Lane, which breaks off from Thol's Way toward the northwest, you'll reach the Forbidden Hushland. It's a dangerous place, though, so it hasn't been mapped out very thoroughly. Nevertheless, there is meant to be a cave-like location thereabouts. The man who found the crystal must have been a formidable swordsman. It may be from him that news of the cave's existence reached us. How very worthy. I pray that you find the high ether crystal there indeed. You are the only ones who can rely on you are the only ones we can rely on to harvest it, I'm afraid. Good luck. And if you do find a high ether crystal, be careful to keep it away from strong light as you carry it back. So, there we go. We know where we're going, and we have a new quest objective. Now, this is a location that I've already been in. It's the location that I was describing you. Basically, you go down this little pathway here. I'll just skip travel here to show it off. Basically, there's this big stretch of land that goes around there, and it goes around here, and then it takes you down that way to the Forbidden Hushland. But, obviously, like I said, I've already been here. But just to show it off, yep, pretty dead place. There are also Dinosauruses here, which I think is very funny. That they did make a return. I think that's very funny. But the ether crystals that we need are right here. I'm not actually going to collect that one because I want to actually pick up the ether crystal one here just because. But yeah, I have already been here. No, you cannot pick up the You can't pick up this red item orb beforehand. It doesn't exist, unfortunately, so you can only pick it up now. But there we go. The ether crystal has been acquired, and now we need to return back to Grendel, which we will do exactly that. Not too hard, no dialogue, pretty fast, pretty easy, pretty nice. Let's go and return that to Radzone.
So now all we need to do is modify the weapon to incorporate the crystals.
Ransom, sir! Fog beasts have broken through the gates!
They're through.
If only they'd waited a few hours. Shulk, defending Grendel is our priority. Follow me.
Right.
We shall deal with the intruders. You get the villagers to safety.
Okay.
Teelan, you stay put.
Gotcha!
Well, 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 before we can do anything, unfortunately, Grendel is indeed under attack. But I'm gonna do a little cliffhanger. We're gonna do that in the next part. Also, Bama is still here. Friends saying it dangerous, so please to escape. Fiddlesticks, Bama not afraid. If someone wants to escape, then feel free to escape. Bama staying put. Awesome, thanks, buddy. Well, jokes aside, yes, Grendel is in danger and we do need to defend it, but I'm not going to be doing that in this part because I want to try and keep things to like 20-minute intervals, so we'll defend Grendel in the next part. It's okay.